So I'm back, guys. I've taken 2 months off, and for anybody who's new to this channel, this will make no sense to you whatsoever. But my name's Mark, I'm an entrepreneur, a property investor, and today we're going to be having a look around my flat that I've just bought over in Newbury. But for everybody else who's been a subscriber for a long time, I'm really sorry I took 2 months off. To be honest, everything just got a bit too much for me. There was a lot going on at home, a lot going on at work, and something had to give. And unfortunately on this instance, it had to be the YouTube channel because I had to focus on the businesses, on the money-making activities. But now I'm at a stage where I'm able to come back to you guys. As always, nothing on this is going to be upsell. I'm going to bring you all the information that we possibly can in terms of property investing, entrepreneurship, and that sort of lifestyle. And today we're going to be talking about the flat that I've just purchased. It's a 2-bedroom just up here. We're going to be going in. I'll give you a quick tour. I'll talk to you about all the figures. I'll tell you how we've rented it out in 3 days. Tenants are moving in tomorrow. Jade has fantastically offered to film me today, so this is our first time working together. Hopefully it goes well and she'll be able to do lots more for me. It'll be absolutely awesome. But let's go in, have a look around, and I'll tell you all about the figures. So come on, Jade, let's go in. So it's a first floor flat. Let's go up and have a look. I purchased this property about a year ago, and now we finally completed. It took ages to complete, over a year. And we need to get the right key. There we go. Finally got in. Right, so come in, Jade, let's have a look at the kitchen first of all. I'll hold the door open. You through? Yeah, good. Right, so this is the kitchen, pretty standard in a 2-bedroom flat. It's not going to be massive, obviously. But all we've done in here is refresh it with a new oven and a new hob. And I think, no, the hob was existing. The oven's new. The oven's definitely new. But the hob was absolutely awful. It looked really disgusting. My wife cleaned it up absolutely amazingly, and now it looks as new. The new oven really sets it all apart. And to be honest, we repainted the whole place, but we didn't replace any of the units. If we're going to replace the whole kitchen, it would cost about £3,500–4,000, something like that. But it's not that bad. I mean, it's a few chips on the corners. The rent is the same. And guys, this is what I always say to people, the rent is quite often the same, whether we replace the kitchen or not. So where we can get away with it, we like to save as much money as we possibly can. And you're going to see lots of examples of that as we go around this property. Maybe it gives you some ideas when you're doing your next investment of how to save money. But let's go through to the lounge, Jade, and I'll show you what else we've done in there. So as you can see, this hallway straight away, nice and bright because we've painted it all white. And just by taking it from the magnolia it was before to this nice white colour, we've really made it all feel a lot bigger and a lot airier. But come into the lounge, Jade, what do you think to this room?
Wow, that's
big, right?
Yeah.
Big lounge. It's absolutely massive. So what we did in here, we just repainted all the walls. We got a quote for the painting of £3,500 to repaint the whole flat, but they couldn't start for over a month. And we spoke to some other builders we knew, 2 months, 3 months. It was like, oh my God, we got to get this done. So in the end, me, my wife and my mum ended up painting the whole flat in 3 days flat. So we managed to do the whole lot, 3 days, and it was about 150 quid's worth of paint. So we saved a lot of money by doing it ourselves, but it did take a lot of time. And I'll tell you what, painting is hard work. And I'm not saying I'm the best painter in the world. I mean, there is some paint on those sockets, Jade, but I did the best I possibly could in the time I had. So guys, massive lounge, really, really impressive room. Let's go through to the bathroom. I'll show you what we did in there. Again, we saved a lot of money by what we did in there, which was essentially nothing. We cleaned it and we repainted it. We used some bathroom paint everywhere. We replaced the mirror and we bought a new toilet roll butler my wife got, and I like the fact that she took the price off it, Jade. So whoever's renting it will never know how much we spent on it. That is typical for my wife to have done that. But the room looks fresh. We repainted it. There was a rusty old mirror up here. We replaced it with a new mirror. You know, 25 quid from Dunelm. Very, very cheap. And you know, ultimately, it's a functional, nice bathroom. We didn't do a lot. I think we replaced the curtain and put some bath mats in. In the end, when we rented this out, we actually got a bit of a bidding war going. So when I go through the figures, it got really interesting. We actually got a really good return on investment. We were expecting about 8%. We're closer to 12, just because a couple of people really wanted it. Let's go into bedroom 2, and I will show you the fantastic feature this has, which is an amazing iron burn on the floor. And again, what I would say is we were going to replace the carpet. We got a quote, £3,000. I thought the rent's the same. We then decided we'd just get the carpets cleaned. So the cleaner was going to come in 2 weeks' time, but it rented out in 2 days. So in the end, we're not getting the carpets cleaned. We've cancelled that. We've just hoovered it, and it's rented out for more money than we thought it would. And when the market's like that, you just take advantage. That 300 quid I was going to spend on cleaning, I don't need to. Ultimately, the people are incredibly happy with a freshly painted apartment that's really, really nice. And Jade, I don't know if you can see in here, that was the original colour, you know, this horrible, can you see it on the video? Yeah, this horrible magnolia colour. It made all the walls feel really small. But by painting it white, it brightened everything up. And the rooms just look really big, don't they? So come through to the master. And as you can see, another example here, Jade, look at this. That is a great example of my amazing paintwork that I've just seen as I've come in here. So guys, if you get a professional in, they might not do that, but the rent on this was the same. So nice big room again, right? Like sockets everywhere, built-in wardrobes. I haven't done anything. All we did was paint the walls white, and you know, we've done a half decent job. I wouldn't even say we've done a decent job, we've done a half decent job, because I'm not a painter and decorator, I'm an investor and I'm an entrepreneur, so my painting skills lack, but my money skills are what matters. And when we talk about the figures, let's go through to the lounge, I think, Jade. That's the biggest room, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when we talk about the figures, I think it's going to blow you away, because I didn't actually get any discount on this apartment at all. I paid full asking price a year ago, and we only completed this month because it took so long for the seller to get their stuff in order. They had a tenant in place, but they wanted to sell it with vacant possession because the tenant was a bit of a bad tenant. They weren't allowing our valuer in. They changed the locks. There was lots and lots of palaver about the whole thing. So in the end, they had to evict their tenant, then our valuer could come in, then we could get the mortgage done, and the whole process took a year. But now we completed. I'm buying yesterday's prices today. I look like a genius, of course I do, but I'm not, I promise you. All I did was notice a little bit of a difference in prices, and I thought that was sensible. Let's go through to the lounge and let's talk money. Ooh. And let's smash the place up, Jade. Another wall! That's brilliant, that's brilliant, that's exactly how we roll, right?
And what was in that cupboard?
Which one? This one? This cupboard? It's funny you should ask, after you smashed the whole place up, right? Nothing. So we've got electrical stuff, and 28th of the 7th, 22, we got our electrical safety certificate done yesterday. So that's all that is. It's all good now for 5 years, I think it is. Yeah, 5 years. So when you do a rental property, you have to get an electrical safety certificate. Whether that's a flat or a single let, whether it's a HMO, no matter what it is, you have to get what's known as the EICR, which is an electrical safety certificate, and you need to make sure that everything's compliant. There was a couple of things that needed to be changed, a couple of sockets. They're doing that tomorrow when the people are moving in, so it's all absolutely fine. I think we've got 28 days, but they're coming on the same day. So yeah, let's talk numbers though. Numbers is what everybody wants to know, right? How much did I buy this for? 2-bedroom apartment, Newbury. We're right in the centre, aren't we, Jade?
Yeah.
Really good parking, really good amenities. We've got 2 parking spaces outside. We paid £160,000 for this property. So today, the cheapest one in this area, on this like cul-de-sac if you like, is 195. They've sold one recently, the agent that sold this to me, for about 190. So I think I'm about £30,000 up on this at this point. And that's not because I negotiated any special discount. I literally thought 160 for a 2-bedroom apartment when an equivalent 2-bedroom house was selling for 260. That's £100,000 different from an apartment to a house. And that just seems like such a big disparity of almost what? 40%, 30%, something like that. It's a massive disparity, 40%. It's a huge disparity, so I just thought it seemed like good value. And now if you look in Newbury, house prices haven't moved on that much, but flat prices really have started to. And I think with the cost of living and everything else that's going on at the moment, we may see that move even more, because people will eventually just get what they can afford. And capitalism kind of takes care of it all for you. So guys, this is my apartment. The mortgage on it, I think, is £300 a month. The service charge is about £100 a month. The management will be about £100 a month. The rent we managed to get in the end was a little bit over £1,000 a month. So there's about £500 a month profit in this. And we needed to put down £45,000 when everything was paid, solicitors' bills, deposit, the whole lot. Once everything came out, it was £45,000 in, and we're getting £500 a month profit. And in capital, we've probably made 30 grand. And Jade, I don't know if you remember, but I said you should buy this a year ago, didn't I? I came to you and I said, there's this great apartment, I think you should buy it. And I bought it because Jade said no. And it wasn't my intention to bring her back here and rub her face in it, but it just so happens that that's what I've done. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, please give it a big like. It helps me out with the algorithm. It's so good to be back here on YouTube. I hope you're going to enjoy my content. I'm going to be posting twice a week, every single week. So this is the first video back. After this, you will be seeing me more regularly. And now I'm in a position where I know that I can make that commitment to you guys. So guys, until the next one, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe as always, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.